Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep. Kinda
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everybody to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
Welcome, guys. Scotty Bonin here with you.
We are
The Blood Brothers. And
They're
I tried to time that.
It didn't really work that well
Yeah,
at
It
all.
was pretty good. It was decent.
Not as good as Prom Night 3.
Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, 1990. We're in the 90s.
I don't know about you guys, and I've already said this on previous episodes, that I don't know. I'm just enjoying these movies more. I had a fun time with this one.
Well, it wasn't that well made of a movie, but then when I found out it was supposed to be a comedy, then I was like, okay, I can take it serious now.
How could you ignore that that's what they were going for?
Well, at first, I didn't think it was.
There were obvious comedic, anecdotes slipped in there all throughout the movie.
Oh, yeah, there was. Well, at first, I thought it was going to be kind of like serious horror, campy horror like the rest have been. And then I guess the second one was kind of funny, too. Well, they all have some humor in it, but this one was straight up comedy. I'm like, okay, I can appreciate it better now.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of this one, Rob?
it's probably tied or a little bit better than the second one. I thought. I think it was a pretty. For me, I don't understand why anybody liked Prom Night 1. Like, I don't understand anything about liking that horrible movie.
We did see the shittiest quality version ever, though. We have to remember that.
Yeah, saw it on YouTube.
Would it have really helped?
I don't know. Maybe.
If that movie was in 4K, would it have really made a difference on how awful that movie was? But I think I like what they're doing with the Mary Lou Maloney, and it's just funny. You could just I think they saw Prom Night 1, a lot of people, and were like, okay, trying to do anything serious with this is over. Yeah. So it's kind of like why I think Prom Night 1 tried to be Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
Exactly.
That's not going to work. And Prom Night 2 maybe saw what Evil Dead 2 did and said, oh, well, if we just kind of laugh at ourselves, we have way more room to be creative and have fun. Don't take any of this seriously. And I think it worked with this one and the second one.
Yeah. And then Prom Night 3 looked at Army of Darkness and said, let's do that.
Yeah, I can't.
Aren't these movies almost... Oh, Army of Darkness was 1992? 1? 2? Well, they probably were making it in 91. I don't know. But, I mean, these movies are kind of in succession.
Yeah, what year was
They're
this movie
stacked
again?
up on each other.
This was
1990.
Okay.
And then Prom Night 2 was 1987.
Which I think was the same as Evil Dead 2.
So they're kind of in the same kind of categories. I mean, not categories.
I mean, they're not near the caliber.
Not the caliber, no. But I think with Prom Night, you can kind of compare, like with Prom Night 2, since it was kind of comedy and stuff, they kind of went for like the Evil Dead 2 feel, and then Prom Night 3 was definitely even more funnier than Army Darkness.
Obviously, we ended up finding this for free on YouTube. I don't know why that's obvious, but if you guys listening, it's for free on YouTube, but that's the only place you can find it. I don't know why we had such trouble finding this film. I mean, we tried to download or rent it anywhere. It's nowhere to be found on Amazon. You can buy the DVD, but it's not Prime, so who knows when it'll get to you.
Yeah.
And the stupid thing is that they have Prom Night 1, 2, and 4 for free on Amazon right now.
Yeah, so I don't know why this wasn't on there.
Just didn't want to show the third one. I don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe they just thought this one wasn't as good as the other ones and didn't want to make it available for anyone to see.
I don't know.
Well, it says Evil Dead 2 was 87 and Army of Darkness was 92, but I have to assume.
Oh, who's right?
Well, but I have to assume with probably the circle of people, maybe this was going around and stuff like that. They were probably all aware of what was happening, and I think Prom Night trails with the Evil Dead franchise, except the first one was awful, whereas like I prefer Evil Dead 1. I don't like Evil Dead 2 as much. I like Evil Dead 2, but not near. Like if I had to rate them, it would be Army of Darkness is my number 1.
Really?
Evil Dead is my number 2. Close. It's very, very close because they're two completely different tones.
Yeah.
But Evil Dead, out of the trilogy, Evil Dead 2, I could take it or leave it.
Really? See, and I've said this on the podcast before. I
think it's only because I recently watched Evil Dead 2 again, and all the issues they had, like flashing back to Evil Dead 1, like there's no group. It goes back to just him and her, and it's just the continuity just is so off for me that if I had to choose, it would just be Evil Dead 1 ends and Army of Darkness picks up with him getting, sucked through the time portal. And because for me, Evil Dead 2 just doesn't hook on to anything.
Well, it establishes some things though, like the hand cut off and the chainsaw.
But I think that's like really it. Like I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but you know what I mean? Like I watched Army of Darkness first, and just that little flashback to him cutting his hand off and stuff, that's really all I needed.
I watched them in order.
That's just me. That's just me.
And I've said this on the podcast before. My favorite all-around movie from the trilogy is Evil Dead 1, but my favorite part or like section of the entire, if you take all 3 movies and mesh them together, my favorite part is when he's alone in Evil Dead 2, like for the first 20 minutes. And because of just all the shooting style Sam Raimi used and the sound effects and all that shit he goes through, the hand in the water, all that stuff. So cutting off his hand.
Crazy. You just chopped up our girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think it could go either way. I really do. I think that's probably kind of like Prom Night. I think like the people that really love Prom Night 1 probably don't like Prom Night 2 and 3 because it's so different.
Yeah.
But the people that like Prom Night 2 and 3, they're kind of Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness fans, and they could brush off the first one. Like they don't need it. You know what I mean? Like that's I think I did not like Prom Night 1, obviously, but I think the only nostalgia to it is Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
Yep.
For sure.
But who? I'm sorry for all the group and all the fans and stuff, but Jamie Lee Curtis is a throwaway actress for me. She's never been in any. She has never been in anything to where I was like, oh man, if Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't in this movie, it just wouldn't have got. It just wouldn't be like. It's got nothing to do with looks.
Yeah, because
I get in trouble with Sigourney Weaver because some people don't like the way she looks, but I don't think you could insert somebody but Sigourney Weaver in Aliens.
Oh, no
I just don't think you could. And I think like Laurie Strode, who cares? Like you could have inserted anybody in that role.
And I don't know. I mean, yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis obviously is a legend, but
she's a horror legend for sure. I mean, for sure, but I guess my thing is that she could be a horror legend in Friday the 13th and Halloween and any other movie because I just don't think that she is that epic. I don't think that she makes or breaks a franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like my favorite like standout actress, but she is known for a lot of good movies.
Yeah,
and she does remind me of my aunt a lot, so that doesn't help.
Yeah,
she looks just like my
offense
aunt.
to your aunt.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to upset aunts. That's my thing. You know, it's kind of like somebody posted in there too about like George Romero and stuff, and I think George Romero made some good movies, but if you like look back, he made a lot of movies that just weren't. They weren't. You could take them or leave them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
You know,
Definitely.
that's just kind of where I'm at with it. But that's why I like where Prom Night just kind of went off askew. It's like we're just gonna have fun with it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I think it gets.
Yeah. Yeah,
I had fun with the third one. The second one was from childhood memories that it brought back some nostalgia. So that's why I was connected to that one, not so much the first one. And I don't even think I've seen the fourth one, so we'll see how that goes. But the big bubbling question is: was Mary Lou hotter in 2 or 3?
Oh, for sure 2.
Yeah, I think
so.
I agree. I agree.
I mean 3 she was hot too, and she was very seductive. But I think 2 she was hotter for sure.
I think so.
And I wonder why they couldn't get the same girl.
I actually liked. I mean, they both actresses did a great job, but I did prefer the actress in 2 as well. I think
Courtney
she played it a little bit better.
Courtney Taylor played Mary Lou in the third one, and then the second one. Who played it in the second one again? I forgot.
I didn't write her name down.
Yeah.
But it is the same writer and the same crew that did Prom Night 2 did this movie as well. Prom Night 3. And so as far as continuity and relating to each other, it's almost like 2 and 3 shouldn't even be in the same series as 1.
Yeah.
They really just don't have anything to do with each other.
Lisa Schrage, that's what her name is, or Schrage or whatever, played it in the second one.
Second one, yeah. But yeah, really, am I right? There's not really a connection, except for the high school, between 1 and 2 and 3.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess the only connection would be Mary Lou in 2 and 3, but they're. I think
not
they just
from 1 though, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I honestly think that they did the first one, and they got Jamie Lee Curtis for cheap because she was, she did Halloween, but it's like what we went over in our Halloween episodes, which you can find on iTunes and other podcasting services.
Yes.
That I think they got her as a name, and just kind of said, well, we have this idea, but Jamie Lee Curtis. and I honestly think that they got
Leslie Nielsen too, and
I just think maybe they just got like some awful feedback maybe for it, or I don't know, and thankfully producers or whoever was else involved in the background wanted to keep the Prom Night name at least, and they just said, well, this route didn't work. We're just going to like take the fork in the road and go completely over here with it. And that friggin' worked. Because I think it's kind of like, we just keep going back to Evil Dead, but it's kind of like Evil Dead because I think Evil Dead 1 worked really, really well. But I think for whatever reason, maybe Sam Raimi and the others couldn't get another Evil Dead like 1 or Evil Dead 2 very similar to 1 made, and they came up with this really crazy idea for really one of the first kind of campy, fun, gory horror movies with a good production value and with a just luck so happens it just falls in your lap. You have Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi, and it worked. That's like lightning in a bottle. I'm sure there are people that have, I'm sorry, Rob, but in 1981 and whatever, there's all these other campy type horror movies, but none of them worked because you didn't have Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi.
Yeah, for sure.
But imagine if they kept trying it though. Like if Prom Night kept trying to be Prom Night 1, they wouldn't be good, obviously, because that was horrible. But I honestly don't think if Evil Dead tried to run down the more grindhouse serious, I don't think Evil Dead would be as beloved as it is right now.
No.
Yeah, no. I totally agree with you because it sticks out. You know, I mean, obviously, Prom Night and 2 and 3 didn't make it big like Evil Dead did, the Evil Dead franchise, but yeah, what they did to make it, you know, kind of the comedy horror movie is definitely iconic for what they did for Evil Dead.
Let's talk about,
this one.
Some of the movies. So they open up. What is this like dancing hell that Mary Lou Maloney's stuck in?
I don't really get it until the end. Like, oh, that's what the first scene was like.
Well, yeah, but what? I don't know.
There's like girls chained up dancing.
Apparently, hell to a person is in the place they died, but made into a zombie world. Wes Craven-ish. That's 80s like, subworld.
That's like underneath Hamilton High School.
I always think, you ever play that game for Sega called Comic Zone?
Oh yeah, I love Comic Zone.
Where the guy would you could rip between the pages and you go up and down and you could
hang down.
Oh yeah.
Hang down in the strip and sometimes you go down into a black and white world and that's what I always think.
The blonde guy with the ponytail.
Yeah. And you could relate it to Stranger Things too, like the Upside Down. It's like, or Beetlejuice.
I didn't watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, you have. Yes,
I haven't. I really haven't. I boycotted.
I thought we
Stranger
talked about
Things
it. I thought you talked about it with us.
Why would you boycott Stranger Things?
I have my reasons.
What are your reasons?
I guess not. Yeah.
You just want to be like a rebel and make a trendy statement, don't you?
No, I just don't like Winona Ryder, and
okay,
that's just all there is to it. Nothing will change my mind.
David Harbour does such a great job that you need to watch it.
People keep telling me this, and I don't know. People told me I should go watch Alien Covenant, and we all know how that fucking turned out.
Well, you know what? I liked Alien Covenant. I thought it was good.
You just like Michael Fassbender making out with Michael Fassbender.
I do like Michael Fassbender.
I just like
it's like that Ted Hardy guy.
You know what?
Talking about.
You know what? Alien Ted. What the fuck? No, don't even start with that.
Who's Ted Hardy?
Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy. Yeah, stop it. Just stop it.
I am much like I've said before.
I had him going.
Yeah. Who's Ted?
So
what?
Good.
Much like I've said this about Evil Dead before, that I will always like everything they put out because that's how dedicated I am, and that's sort of how I am with Aliens. Like I love the Alien franchise so much that I'll let everything slide, but I don't even feel like I'm letting Covenant slide because I thought it was.
I mean, you saw a few things coming. Okay, I saw that coming, but
visually and as a film, as a piece of art, it was amazing. I thought visually,
no, it was, and you can't. I think Ridley Scott is to that kind of sci-fi horror like James Cameron is to Aliens and Terminator. Nobody does it better than those people.
I agree with you fully. 100%.
Well, so we keep talking about other movies except Prom Night 3. But
I mean, I think we are, but it's kind of a. Usually we do this when we don't like the movie, but in this case, I actually really liked it because the movie was good, but also it has parts of, for me, like really fun brilliance. Like to me, if it was Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell doing Prom Night, we would be talking about Prom Night and we wouldn't be talking about Evil Dead because the story is there and the wackiness is there, and it's actually really refreshing.
Yeah.
Well, it's really refreshing because we went through all the Hellraisers that just thought they were so friggin' brilliant, and the whole time you're like, this is the worst shit. And this movie's like,
comedy,
look,
but it's really not.
This movie's like, no, we're gonna have this weird purgatory zombie hell thing underneath the gym, and the best part is nobody questioned it. You know, they're like, okay, that sounds good. You want to have a guy's pacemaker explode?
Yeah,
I like that.
Well.
You want a jukebox from hell? Yes, put it in there.
Yes, we do, sir. It's like,
everything.
It's like watching Grease on mescaline.
It totally is.
It's awesome.
And even she mentioned, I'm not Sandra D, baby.
Sandra D.
I'm not Sandra D.
Well, so there's a hell where they just keep reliving zombie prom, I guess.
Yeah, and then we get a close up on Mary Lou's grave, and it like blows up.
Yeah, she files her way out of her foot chain. Apparently,
that was her. Okay,
yeah, apparently only foot chains hold people in hell. Once wear out, people can just come back from the dead.
And you can use a little nail filer to get out.
Yeah, you're given a nail file when you reach hell, and if you can free yourself, you're welcome to go back to haunt the living.
You know what else I thought was brilliant? The custodian keeps his bottle in his mop bucket.
That's not brilliant because it's hot, it's hot mop water.
I was joking.
Hot mop water, and what kind of alcohol is good hot except for maybe Grand Marnier?
And why would you want to
know.
drink from the bottle when it has like dirty water on it? You know, I don't know.
This guy has no morals. He's a high school janitor that works nights.
And I loved his acting job. Hey, you call me Jackie? It was just so enthusiastic. But then he gets the jukebox shock, which, it's kind of corny. The little purple lasers coming out.
It was
shocking
very
him.
corny.
It was extremely.
Senator Palpatine electrocuting him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the jukebox was electrocuting him, and then you see. I guess you see Mary Lou. That's the first time you see her. And she kind of has like those pink eyes.
What could you do back then? Well, back then it wasn't that.
I'll tell you one thing. Mary Lou's not looking too bad.
She's not.
Well, no,
she's looking good.
Not.
She's looking.
No, I mean, even like part 2, half burnt up Mary Lou.
Dude.
Oh, I'd get down.
The part 2 was looking
not
good.
Bad.
I would hope, hopefully it singed off that 80s bush so that's nice and clean.
I don't know. Sometimes, sometimes it's good to go, play in the bushes. There's
I don't
nothing
think it's
wrong
ever.
with that.
I don't know. I'm not a bush guy.
You see her like burnt up at first.
You're not. I mean, like now, are you not like a bush guy? Or are you just like bare?
No, who me? Oh no, I like it bare on the girls.
I usually like it.
Yeah.
I usually like it bare, or just like a little landing strip would be okay.
I don't know why you like the bush, Rob, because your bush is so big that you would think it would get tangled up with their bush, and then you would just be sort of stuck
locked
there.
together like deer's horns.
Well, so you got I put pomade on mine prior and style it.
Oh,
you gotta leave it slick.
Nice.
But
I saw what you put on your junk.
You don't even want like a triangle.
No, I don't want a triangle. I don't want to be entering the void.
Yeah.
And I saw, by the way, you actually use that Manscaped ball deodorant that
the nut
that
nut
Jonathan
butter?
Brindle tagged us in.
Oh, I ordered it like weeks ago.
Does it work good?
Or Ty tagged us in that. That's
Ty tagged
what the fuck? You ordered it weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw the same video he had. And
So
I was
you just lather up your balls.
Well, man, you get out of the shower. You get out of the shower. You do your thing, and then you just kind of lather them up, man. That
keeps them smelling good and keeps the sweat away.
Yeah, it's like a miracle thing, man.
What?
So is it better than Gold
incredible.
Bond? Is it better than Gold
far.
Bond? Okay.
Oh,
really?
by far. Oh man,
I might need to get some. What's it called again?
It's a Manscaped. I paid like the $50. I got the whole kit.
Got it.
I got like the wash. I got like the preserver. I got like the trimmers, which I'm not ever going to use.
Whole kit.
But oh yeah, no, it even came like in like a nice little leather travel bag.
The preserver, is that so like you're like 80, but your cock is like 40?
Exactly. You got to start now. You don't want to. You don't want to start. You don't want to preserve it once it's gone bad.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's kind of like closing the door after the horses ran out.
You got to keep it good and keep preserving it. Exactly.
Yeah, you want. I mean, in 30 years, I'll still have a 30-year-old Schwanz. Mm-hmm. That's money well spent right there.
How long does this supply last?
I still got quite a bit. I mean, I don't put a lot, because. You just put enough. You just put enough to get like a nice little layer going, and then I use the wife's hair dryer on low.
Oh my god!
Just kind of dry it up in there, make it all nice, and then get my breathable Under Armour underwear on. I mean, I'm easy breezy, dude. It's like if there's so much if there's a breeze off the coast of Cuba, I feel it. Like it's it's
dude.
amazing.
That's awesome.
So is that so? And it's safe to put inside a vagina?
I'm not sure. I haven't had any complaints yet, but I mean,
okay. Well,
all right.
good to go then.
Well,
Danny's like covering his bases. Okay,
I'm just checking it all.
It is vagina safe. Okay, good. I'll send you the link if you want it.
I don't know if I want it. My balls don't sweat too much here in Colorado unless I'm visiting Florida.
Yeah, if I'm in Florida, I'll definitely get some of that stuff for sure.
Yeah, y'all could have used it in Orlando.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So anyways,
so you got no intentions of moving to Florida?
Oh no, fuck no,
no. But I'll come visit. For
no
sure.
intentions of moving to Florida.
Definitely visit.
Nope.
So we got the cool principal.
So we're moving down. Oh, well, first of all,
cool.
He's talking and he just brushes aside. Well, this is where I wasn't sure if it was a comedy yet or not. Before he cuts off his thumb, he's like, everything's groovy, no more, we've had some troubles here, blah, blah, vanishing students. And he just brushes over that like they've not investigated any of it.
Like the fire happening and
yeah, they just, it's like a normal thing to just have vanishing students. Now they've remodeled the gym and
the new gym.
The curse is gone now. And then
man, like, just be cool, guys. Like,
and then he proceeds to use the sharpest scissors ever in the world to cut the ribbon because there was no resistance of going through that thumb. Or
he may have hands of like made out of cartilage.
Yeah,
like there's no bones. They're
he has one of those dead fish handshakes.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought at first after he cut off his finger, it was going to be like the wind was happening, and then someone was going to wake up after like a dream, but it didn't happen.
No, that was serious. And then in my head, I was like, "Oh, is this might end up being slightly comedic?"
Yeah.
And then it did.
After that point, I knew. I'm like, okay, this might be good because if it's not going to be comedic, it might be bad.
Yeah.
So it is entertaining.
I thought it would be hard to not be comedic and pull away from the principal just chopped his finger off while cutting a ribbon. That would have been a worse idea.
Yeah, like I said, sharpest scissors in the world. I don't know a pair of scissors that you just slice like butter through your fucking finger.
Yeah.
I think the girl that played the girlfriend was pretty good too, and she was pretty good looking as well, even though she had mega 80s hair going on.
Oh, that played Sarah Monroe.
Yeah.
Cindy Preston is her name. Mm. Yeah, she was pretty cute. She definitely had kind of 80s style hair, even though I guess that was kind of it was late. I mean, like early 90s.
Early 90s are hard to decipher.
Yeah.
You still got your baggy button ups. You still got. I just think of Seinfeld when I think of early 90s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the 90s were not good.
No.
It was like all the men had like if you wore a large, you were wearing a XX bowling shirt.
Oh yeah,
dude,
I'm telling you, man,
it wasn't good.
XX with frosted tips.
I used to wear.
Oh my god, did any of y'all have frosted tips?
No. You did, right? Rob?
Oh, I did. I did.
Oh yeah, dude, frosted tips, bleach that hair, man.
I had frosted tips for a while, and then I went like the full M&M bleach job.
Oh my god,
dude, I was like Jinko jeans and like 2XL shirts, even though I was a skinny little kid.
I was XL.
What the
I
hell?
didn't go 2XL, but I was XL.
Sometimes I mainly
shirts.
did XL, but some 2XL shirts. But the bigger the better. But that was so bad.
Ridiculous.
There's just so much more room for activities in this shirt, you know.
Yeah,
like when I hit like a sweet rail on my skateboard, like I got all this room to move.
No.
Man.
Back then it was on your rollerblades.
Yeah.
Oh no, I skateboard. I didn't rollerblade.
I used to rollerblade, but then we were big BMX.
Yeah, we were mainly BMX.
But I did rollerblade for a while. It was dumb.
Yeah, it was all BMX.
Fruit booting, right? I'm sorry.
I could see Danny rollerblading with his fanny pack and his sweatbands on and everything.
They don't do rollerblades like in the X Games anymore, right?
I don't believe
no, they do not.
Because they came to realize that it's just
easy as hell.
Really easy as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think they do it anymore.
Like really easy. Like if you can just do it on your feet, you can do it on some rollerblades. You know.
Yeah.
It's like when those tennis shoes came out that had wheels built into them.
Oh yeah,
the rollies.
Heelys. Or soaps.
Oh man, there's
Soaps, yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
soaps
Oh,
just had
yeah.
the grinding thing? They just had the grinding plastic on them, so you could like grind rails, just run up to them and jump on them.
Yeah.
You know how many kids snap their legs in half
Oh god, yeah. They were
with
dangerous.
soaps because they're like, oh man, I'm going to hit this rail. They hit it and that rubber from the sole grips and just
Grabs.
both ankles just snap it.
Yeah.
we of course in our high school, man, we had him. I had a buddy of mine that had a pair of soaps, and that was what he tried to grind on like a concrete lip, like a curb. Boy, he got a running ass start, and just I mean when he hit, you want to say like stuck like glue, like his shoes could have basically just been standing there on the curb as he was flung 15 feet down an asphalt road.
That's awesome.
It was a brilliant.
Dude. Yeah.
That's probably why they don't make him anymore. I can't imagine the lawsuits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
many lawsuits, too many kids breaking their legs.
I've got 7 boys and they're all paralyzed. Every single one of them.
So anyways, we had the cool principal, and then we have the sharp scissors.
And then we had the bitchy counselor.
Yeah, who was sort of hot.
Yeah, she took down her hair and took off her glasses.
I think she had short hair.
Did
was
you
the
guys
problem.
notice she called him Alex and said you can't be a doctor, and then she called him Adam. I don't know if that was put in there.
No, I was on purpose in the beginning.
Okay.
She walked in, she's like, "Can I have a seat, Adam?" He's like, "Alex."
Oh,
And
okay.
She just totally ignored it.
I saw that. Then she just keeps calling him Adam. Yeah. I see.
And another just one of those things that irks me is they're on a date. The first date they go on shortly after the counselor, and they get in like, I guess, what's a fight? But it wasn't really a fight.
You mean the candlelit dinner that was in his car?
in his car
Yeah,
with
that's right.
the totally
with Sarah.
fire hazard on his dashboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, easily a fire.
But he's like, "Oh, okay, we need to swing back and get my books." And he goes back to the high school at like 8 p.m. or something. What? Who expects to get back into a high school to
Yeah.
get your books out of your locker at way after hours? That's just
maybe
a plot hole.
that
there.
always is like a trope in movies. It's like I don't know how there was like The Faculty was a high school horror movie that was like there's a whole bunch of others, and Faculty rings out when you want to talk about short sleeve shirts under long sleeve shirts under short sleeve
Oh
shirts.
god, yeah.
Oh,
There's
the
so
short
many.
sleeve over the long sleeve is just
Yeah, you know, and
can't
there's
handle
always
it.
like I those people. I see those movies like that are what like I think ruined a generation of people because there's a whole bunch of people pre-high school that watched that and thought that's what that was. I didn't know anybody in my high school with like a 73 Oldsmobile 442.
Yeah.
I didn't know them. They didn't
No.
exist. But like that was one of those things too because it was one of those like the kid is super rich, but his parents aren't home, so he has a meth lab in his garage. So yeah, that doesn't work. And then 2, it's like what you're saying. It's like 3/4 of the movie takes place like at night, and they're just wandering around the high school.
Yeah, they're just in there. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
what-
it's like a church. The doors are open all the time.
I mean, back in
Yeah.
like the 90s, is that they? I mean, this movie seems like it's like
Sanctuary.
not like late 80s, not like 90s. He has that big station wagon, the Ford station wagon. So that was like a 90s car. But yeah, the school doors would never be open that late.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Oh, speaking of surprising things,
Surprising
that aren't supposed to happen,
90s. What the hell?
I got nothing.
Oh my god.
That means it's time for the horror
Horror
halftime. So we do have a horror freak of the week this week.
Yeah.
One participant. The horror freak of the week is Carl Soderberg.
Yeah, Carl.
Soderberg. Hopefully I said that right. Carl Soderberg. So,
I believe it is Soderbergh.
Soderberg. Ooh.
Soderbergh.
Ooh. You hear that, Rob?
Is your house on
That
fire?
is my
smoke
smoke
alarm.
alarm because Shannon is cooking something and is obviously
You tell her?
subpar.
Did you tell her that the smoke alarm is not a timer?
Yeah,
That
that's how
the
she
food
treats
is
it.
done?
You know, the food's done. I'm sorry, we're getting off on a tangent here, but she fucking overcooks a ton of shit because she's so afraid of undercooked food because she had to go through some food shit course when she was a manager of Carl's Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So everything she does now, overcooked.
There is no such thing as undercooked red meat.
That's what I
One.
say.
Like you could basically eat red meat raw
Yeah, you
and be
could.
fine. And chicken is a vegetable. I don't eat it.
You could eat raw
and-
fish.
Yeah, I mean, you have a little ceviche.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really like
Lemon
ceviche,
juice on?
but sushi.
Sushi's raw. Yeah, it's all raw fish.
Disgusting.
How could you like ceviche, not sushi?
We talked about the sushi
Yeah,
before.
let's not get into. Let's finish the horror halftime
Yeah,
here.
let's get into
So,
horror
horror
halftime.
freak of the week, Carl Soderbergh.
We don't want to get into sushi or Ted Hardy or anything like
Yeah,
that.
or
We wouldn't want-
ceviche.
Yeah, or Tom Ceviche.
Yeah, or Ken Costner.
Yeah.
You know,
Look,
So-
you know his name. Don't act like you
Yo,
don't
you know his name.
Kenneth Costner.
Kenneth. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
get it
about
right.
that.
Get it right. All right.
Let's move on here. So, Carl Soderbergh, horror freak of the week. Go ahead and message us on the page, and you will get some goodies.
Some good gear.
Let's make sure to participate next week for Halloween Prom Night 4. I know Prom Night 3 was tough to find. It was for free on YouTube, so I guess really it wasn't that tough to find in the end. But Prom Night 4, it's free on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free. So watch it, submit a meme. Let's get this going. Prom Night 4, you can be the horror freak of the week.
And Prom Night 3 is what they need to submit for this week.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, sorry.
For
I'm
free
an idiot.
Right?
Okay, I'm an idiot.
Prom Night 3 is
memes for next week. It's free on YouTube, so now there's really no excuse to
Yeah,
not
you go to
watch it.
YouTube and watch Prom Night 3. It's
and submit
right there.
some memes. And the way
so many good ones in this one.
And because Carl Soderbergh was like the first, in 2 weeks to submit an original meme?
Sorry. And actually, we did have a winner last week that I overlooked. He has gotten the prize sent out already, but Paul Allen.
Paul Allen.
Sorry, Paul Allen, American Psycho.
Do you
He
like
probably
Phil?
gets that a lot.
Do you like Phil Collins?
How do you get the Fisher
another,
account?
Another.
I tell you, Albert Strand, but then I'd have to kill you. Do not even say that. I'll take your Tom Hardy insults.
Not if you want to keep
I'll
your
take
spleen.
your whatever, but you cannot call American Psycho a mediocre movie.
I mean, Chris Bale is okay.
Moving on.
You know,
Christian Bale, Jared Leto. Reese
Jared
Witherspoon.
Leto.
Yep.
It just goes on and on.
It's just great. All right.
So
It just drones on for 2 hours.
Paul Allen Hobby is the winner from last week. So he was the horror freak of the week.
Our apologies
Sorry
for
we
not
missed
finding
that.
you.
So submit your memes and the way you do that is you go into our group on Facebook called Cult Classic Horror, and you make a post with your meme with the hashtag horror halftime so we can find it. All right.
The group.
Yes.
Cool Classic Horror.
Well, that concludes the horror halftime. All right, back to how awesome American Psycho is.
I thought we were talking about Prom Night 3.
But something more
I got
important came
Danny,
up.
I got
The
Danny
Last
all
Kiss.
revved up and pissed off
Something more
now.
important came up. I think you're just doing this on purpose now.
He is, of
because
course.
I think
Of course
you've
he
always
is.
loved American Psycho, and now
No, I do. I do like American Psycho. It's just, it started off with kind of teasing about me not liking Sam Raimi, which really didn't go over well. And then all the Ted Hardy stuff is just so
Funny.
easy and fun. But it's like you've gotten used to it now. So like I can't really get you off on a tangent quite yet,
Yeah.
but I know if I poke at American Psycho that I'll get something.
Yeah, we had to say Kenneth Costner. He's like, all right, that's it.
I don't know what I'll get. Like Danny just hangs up on me, but like something will happen if I start talking bad about American
hanging
Psycho.
up on him, and will never hear from us again.
People love
here
to
at
hear the banter.
CCH.
Yeah. Gonna go kill myself.
I got your return address wrote down from the decals you sent me. I'll track you down.
That's true. What was my?
It's just you sick Steve on me.
I will. Don't come near the house. Steve will he'll sniff out that manscape, and he'll lather that all up after he bites it off your person.
Yes.
So, anyways,
Let's get back into Prom Night 3.
what did I write here? He just instantly kisses her. Oh, that's when.
the American flag.
Yeah.
See.
So this is what they refer to as a sexual haunting, apparently, after a while.
Mm-hmm.
But she appears out of nowhere, scares the shit out of him because
While
she has
he's in the school at night.
half-burnt face at first. And then he just instantly, she's like, come here, and he instantly just starts kissing her.
Yeah.
There's no recoil, no reaction, nothing
That's
weird
how-
going on.
He's bewitched.
That's how seductive she is. He has no choice, you know. It's like,
I think
boom.
he's just horny and
But he has a steady girlfriend.
yeah, but you're in high school. Who really has a steady girlfriend in high school?
You know what? If I saw Mary Lou in the halls at night and we were the only kids there and she like kissed me, I'd be like, all right, let's do this. and then you know they ended up.
I want
on
to
the
know how
American
this
flag.
works because she's sort of a ghost, but I guess other people see her. So is it like is it normal sex they're having? Does he get the
I
full
think so.
feeling?
There was the one time they did. Of course, no, but maybe the American flag because and as you guys see when they're on the American flag, it was all ruffled, but then they pan back and it's laid out perfectly,
So
and they start playing
is
the American
he
flag.
having actual sex with her, a reanimated corpse, or is it sort of like a dream type thing where it's all in his head, but she's getting in his head?
Yeah, maybe it is the dream.
Is it
wakes up naked.
Is it like the Sylvester Stallone Demolition Man thing, to where it's like all like being like it's all telepathy? He's just like she's tricked his brain.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
That could be
that's
it.
where they have sex with the headsets, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
there's no touching. Like I mean, it's just like and it's like like Sandra Bullock's. Like I can only imagine her lopsided boobs. Like
Yes.
she just looks like she has lopsided boobs.
All they got is they got seashells. They're out of toilet paper.
Yeah, like what about the hunka chunka?
I never
And,
heard. I never. They talk about three seashells, and I never could imagine what they use those for to wipe their ass. But that's in the movie.
I have Googled it.
Have you really?
Yes, and supposedly Stallone says that one of them is for scraping away.
your asshole.
Yeah, and then the other two you would use them like chopsticks to grip and pull down. But I'm
oh
not
my
sure.
God.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm picturing this.
I'm pretty sure the writers just put it in there so that you could never think of a way to use them, and that was the gag. And I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I don't know. I'm going with the scrape and tongs. That's I think that's probably what's happening.
I'm not even going to wipe anymore. I'm just going to walk around with a pair of grill tongs.
Yeah.
Just get the ones with the rubber ends on them so they're
Yeah.
more gentle.
Yeah.
Like the ones like
just grab.
yeah, like the salad tossers.
So what the fuck were we talking about?
They had sex on the
On the American flag,
flag.
and then there's all the patriotic music that happens. And this is when I really knew that it was a comedy, when Alex calls his dad from the school.
It was like Charlie Brown voices coming through the phone.
Yeah,
That's
the phone bicker with the gibberish. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. I'm careful with the car. Yeah. No, I don't want to talk to Dad. Dad.
Yeah, you have to know it's a comedy horror by then.
Oh God, that was
Dad,
just hilarious.
man, I just made it on the American flag, dude. Oh well.
See,
Okay. Did you
Good
salute?
work.
Did you salute afterwards? Like,
Did you put a helmet on your soldier?
see,
That's
I
the
think
first question.
I think
no, man. She said she couldn't get pregnant because she was like dead or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I just went right
I
in.
don't
her.
really listen
Just
to
went
it.
right
Yeah,
in. Her. Yeah, no big deal. At least I thought it.
Speaking of,
did.
did he have sex with a real human being or not? Rob has been proven wrong about the cyborg sex.
No,
Just wanna
I
throw
have
that in
not.
there. Just want to throw
That
that
is
in
still just an opinion. We don't know what the actual subtext
there. No,
of it was.
we have plenty of research to back it up. Rob,
I haven't seen any until somebody gets Tom Atkins on the phone with me, then we won't know for sure.
Yeah.
Only Tom knows what he did.
We all know for sure. You're the only person in the world who won't know for sure.
I know for sure. I know what happened. That Tom Atkins is 81 years old. We've got to get this solved.
We went through this. She was a cyborg after.
You're not allowed to
before.
talk to Tom Atkins beforehand either, because you'll just tell him what to say.
Tom Atkins won't listen to what I have. Tom Atkins is a great man, and he won't.
He is.
He'll tell the truth.
If you guys, this is your first episode ever, then go back and listen to the episode on Halloween 3 because we argue about whether he had sex with a cyborg or not.
And listen to like 6 other episodes or 7 that we talk about it in those too.
Of course.
Yes, it comes up a lot.
Did you guys also notice in this movie that this is a legitimate high school, yet when their like varsity team is playing football, it looks like a little league game.
Dude, the football practice scene was just so corny and hilarious. I couldn't even take it serious.
But when they play games, it's like a little league. They got like just their parents on the sidelines, and that's it. It's like they're gonna pop open the orange slices.
Slices, the high C fruit punches.
Yeah, and that's it. There's nothing. I mean, what's going on here,
dude?
Well, they filmed this in Canada, so
okay.
There's probably not like a big football following.
Yeah.
Up there. I'm sure if it was like the luge or ice hockey or something like that, it would have been different.
Of course.
Dude, when they like hit him and stuff, it was like slow motion of them falling on the ground
it was
and stuff.
Pretty bad.
Oh my god.
They couldn't afford stunt people.
Yeah. They had to use you do your own stunts, but careful, fall down very slowly. You don't want to hurt yourself.
And he buries everyone in the field and somehow
which is dumb.
Somehow perfectly covers them up with grass again.
Yeah, he gets
There's no dirt mounds. He has carefully scraped the grass off the surface, then dug apparently, and then he's buried them, and then placed the grass back over
as if it's fresh sod.
Yeah, and there's no lump, no nothing. It's a flat football field again.
Yeah, and then
I'm actually thinking that because this movie was Canadian, I wish they had ice hockey because then he could have put the bodies in the ice.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been a lot
better. He
better.
could have froze them. And then we would have had more awesome Canadian accents. I think that's what's really missing. And so, so your buddy
Canadian,
there, he took a tumble, eh? Yeah, and he's in the ice, but that oh boy, the Red Wings I think are going to go all the way this year. What do you think? Hey, bud?
We have to make a scene with football, and I think all they do for football is they just have their parents on the sidelines there, and we get some orange slices, and that's all it is for high school football, right?
Yeah, orange slices, Gene. Really.
I'm just you deal with that. I'm going to have a Molson and sit back over here with my feet up.
Damn it! He took Molson from me. I was leaning that way.
Damn it! I was going to go there. I was going to try to do the Canadian accent, but it'll sound too Scottish when I do it. So
there's nothing like a good Molson ice to pour all over your Cheerios in the morning, eh? With a side of ham, we call it Canadian bacon, but because we're in Canada, we just call it bacon.
I think I like the next scene.
Oh, go ahead.
We got Mr. Walker, the biology teacher, that kind of looks like I don't know, someone that I've known before, but anyways, but he's like eating that sandwich and he has that chocolate bar, and then he gets the ice cream cones to his hands, which that might have been one of my favorites.
That was a cool death. The ice cream cones and then the mixer through his head out the back of his head.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a cool death.
It was pertaining to his eating habits because he was eating the chocolate, the sandwich, and here, take some ice cream, banana split on the
He is
chest.
a fat bastard.
He was.
He's sort of like Newman in Jurassic Park. I don't know what his name is in Jurassic Park though.
Oh, I don't know what his name is either, but yeah, the Dotson.
That's his name's. Yeah. No, his name's not Dotson, or is it?
No, but that's the scene I always remember from Jurassic Park when he's like the crazy shaving cream bottle.
Oh yeah.
He's just he's out there and all in incognito eating like a fucking like full Stromboli for 6 a.m. and he's just like Dotson. There's Dotson here. That's and then the weird lizard that shoots the acid tar on him.
Oh yeah.
That movie. Oh God, my parents took me to see that movie when I don't remember.
That's
but
I remember seeing
obviously
theaters,
probably too young to see some of that because that and Sam Jackson. It may sound weird because I used to smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes, but in certain movies there are like the best smokers. And Sam Jackson was the best cigarette smoker in the history of movies. Just that Marlboro hanging out of the side of his mouth as he's muttering about passwords, and every scene he's lighting a cigarette off of another.
I totally forgot he was in that movie.
Oh man, he was.
I totally
so
forgot
good.
he was in.
Are we talking about Samuel L. Jackson or?
No,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he was like he goes. He's like. He's just sitting there with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah,
and he's like trying to type in passwords.
I think they super glued it to his lip.
Of course he was in that movie. He's in every movie.
You didn't say the magic word.
That's right.
Please. Oh, you hacker bullshit. And it's just the whole time just in a cloud of cigarette smoke. Just like a freaking train. And then the other best cigarette moment in a movie, and I used to mimic it as a kid all the time, was Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters, where he sees Slimer and he's just got that cigarette hanging from his lip as it falls because he's like in shock and amazement.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to have like cartons of candy cigarettes.
Oh yeah, I love candy cigarettes.
Try to get it hooked on your lip just right, like Slimer's coming for you. Yeah, it's
candy
probably
cigarettes and Big League Chew.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
Yeah, I didn't have Big League Chew. I had candied cigarettes. We were poor, Yeah. We couldn't afford Big League Chew. We just
or the bubble gum that was in a roll inside the can like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a treat. That was like for holidays.
That's bubble gum you just like eat. You don't even chew it. You just like eat it.
Because then you want to you eat it and you spit it out.
Because the flavor's gone in like 1 minute. Then you just get some more.
Yeah, you just want to keep rolling it out of that thing because it's so cool to do it.
Did you guys notice that the guy that played Josh in Prom Night 2 was the cop in this movie?
Brock Simpson.
And I think it's because if you look at the producers, there's a Peter Simpson who is a producer for both of these films.
He's the only one.
I'm assuming that's his father.
It was an inside job.
Yeah.
He's the only one. I was just reading. He's the only one that's been in all 4 prom nights. So he's in the 4th one too.
Was he in the first one?
Yeah. He was the little kid in the first one. In the very beginning scene, he was a little kid.
And
with
so
the baseball
I bet Peter Simpson is a producer on the first one too.
Yeah. So he's been in all 4 of them.
People with connections.
He looked like he was just as young as the high school kids.
I know, he really
was
did.
playing the
He
cop.
should not have been a cop.
I'm like, what the hell is this kid doing?
He was like a cadet. They deputized him because, we don't have many cops up here, eh? We got to deputize this this cadet.
Yeah, deputize.
Yeah, we're just just the Canadian Mounted Police, there, boys.
Yeah,
we don't want to see any mucking about. We don't have guns and we won't use force, but we'll ask you pretty sternly to knock it off.
Yeah, we will give you a talking to.
It's all fun and games till somebody gets a hockey puck in the mouth.
I'll come to my hockey puck.
We'll give you a talking to like you've never seen before. All right.
Yeah, none of that French. None of that French bullshit. We're not in Quebec.
Quebec.
No,
in Quebec.
Did you ever notice that Van Damme, in every movie, is from Quebec?
That is some horse shit.
Even though he's from like Austria, he just said that they must just want to place the accent somewhere familiar, and so in every movie he's like, I'm from Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just say he's from Brussels or whatever.
From Austria.
It's just, I'm sorry, the average Van Damme fan has no I can't relate Quebec to Brussels.
No,
it's not like, I'm from Brussels. Oh, where the fuck is this fruitcake from? No, it doesn't work. Let's try it. Oh, I'm from Quebec. Oh, that's a tough bastard right there.
That's the one.
Oh my God,
yes.
They fight. Yeah, I hear they have to fight beavers daily. they're like squirrels. They climb. They're just all over the place.
Yeah,
beavers and moose, eh?
Yeah, you don't want to piss a moose off. Pardon my French, but that's a right mean bastard. You just can't do it.
I think I don't know if that's how they say I don't know how you say that. Bastard.
Busted.
I'm not sure how they just.
That's a right mean bastard. Eh?
They probably just call it. They probably just call it a bone. They probably just call it a boner or something.
A boner.
That's a
bastard.
What was it? One of the people like in Maine. For some reason, up in Maine, that's I hear it all the time from like the stand-up comedians and other people. So they talk like, oh, you stupid boner. It's like I guess it's like their form of dick. They just call it a boner.
Okay, boner. Did anyone?
Speaking of boner.
Yeah, speaking of boner, I had a boner over the 80s rap montage.
Dude, the music in this was insane.
80s rap montage. You guys catch that?
Yeah. The 80s rap.
Was it almost as good as the Friday the 13th Part 8 fart rock montage that they had when he went to Manhattan?
Almost as good as that.
I think this was just different and unique.
Or the sexy saxophone music anytime Mary Lou appears ever.
Well, yeah, that's part of the comedy. They're playing that Roger Rabbit type,
Yeah.
It's just the damsel is near.
Or
and that's her entrance music.
Or when he's hiding Mr. Walker, the biology teacher, there's it's like you're on like a rabbit hunt in Looney Tunes, like it was freaking hilarious. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, that's what came for the comedy from it too.
What did we just watch
music.
that had funny music? Was it this or what did we cover before this? We did
Prom Night 2?
No, like series. What did we do before this? We did Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes Part 2 had some pretty horrific music.
What was that? I thought
I don't know if it was funny,
or maybe it was
or
3.
If it was so bad that it was funny.
Yeah, I don't think it was something we covered. I think it's a different movie I was watching.
The dirt bike scene on Hills Have Eyes 3 though was pretty intense.
Well, yeah, but
with the music.
But no, they're the rap montage.
You're in my world now.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And they had been playing some kind of like crappy rock music during that time.
Let's not even think.
You're
about
in my
that.
world now. Saving the day. Some horse shit. Like that.
Oh yeah, that was definitely in there.
I'm just glad that Craven dropped that shit storm on his own son.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but whenever I think about that whole dirt bike scene, I just think of the 3 ninjas on their bicycles. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah, for sure. God. That's exactly what I think about.
The epic BMX scene with the 3 ninjas.
And then we're like one of them who is 5 feet tall can slam dunk the basketball.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I was a little kid, that was the coolest shit ever.
Whoa! How do you do that?
Oh, no way! He dunked the ball. No way! He just dunked the ball.
No way! 3 Ninjas only has 2 stars from IMDb.
What?
It was pretty corny,
crap.
but it was a classic.
What?
That movie is amazing. I'm putting that on my.
Gotta watch that
Amazon.
again.
Is it available? Is it available?
The full movie on YouTube.
Oh,
It's a good kids movie.
Oh boy!
I don't think it's a movie for all ages.
I don't think we'll be covering that movie ever. But
Oh man.
but
Ooh,
yes.
Rotten Tomatoes only gives it 1.25 stars.
Ooh.
I'm sure when we go to rewatch it, it's going to be bad.
No, this is probably one of those movies you don't touch.
Yeah.
You just leave this alone. This is one of the.
Yeah.
This movie's amazing. We don't need to ever go back and revisit it. Just let it stay that way.
Yeah.
I made that mistake with Scream. I remembered Scream as being an awesome movie. Then I went back and watched it, and again I was like, I can't forget it. I can't forget how terrible this movie is now.
It's such a classic, but it's not.
I don't think I can watch 3 Ninjas again. I don't think I can watch a child use generic karate moves that don't work anyways, let alone a child using them on a 40-year-old adult.
Yeah.
Let alone 5 40-year-old adults surrounding one child in ninja outfits, kicking their ass.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of
With
like
guns. With guns.
It's kind of like watching
guns too.
That's kind of like watching The Goonies. I rewatched The Goonies a while ago.
Goonies
It's like
holds up. Goonies is
Goonies is a classic.
The Goonies does hold up, but it's still just like that. Come on, those kids will be dead. Like so quick.
Yeah.
So quick. I'm sorry, Data would have shot his friggin' suction cup dart at one of those Italians, and they just would have gunned him down.
The Fratellis.
Yeah, the Fratellis. Yeah,
Yep.
they just would have gunned him down, and they were probably cannibals.
I don't know.
And it would have fed him to sloth. We need to commission a Goonies
Horror?
just Goonies, the real story.
Yeah.
What would have really happened if you ran into a bunch of lunatic, inbred Italian mobsters?
Well, it would be Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, it would.
No, I think we could do it a little bit classier than that. We would have to have a BMX / dirt bike montage.
Oh, yeah.
I want both. I want it to start. Here's my vision. I want it to start with motocross, dirt bikes, but this is going to be like a 35-minute montage, by the way.
Okay.
They run out of gas and have to steal BMXs. And through, hear me out here. Now, through all of the trials and tribulations of learning how to convert from motocross to BMX style X Games riding, there's where all the bonding comes in.
And when they're shooting it, it'll be like kid approaching the jump and then cut to like man on the bike in the air doing a tail whip to like kid landing.
It'll be cut to kid approaching the jump and then like insert old X Game footage of Daniel Hoffman or whatever doing Matt Hoffman.
Yeah.
Doing that one was not intentional. I really just didn't know what his name was. Doing like a tail whip 20 times over and then boom, cut back to
then he lands. Some adult with long hair.
I think you could just cut this together without even shooting it. You could just take footage from movies.
3 Ninjas footage. You mix it with some BMX videos. Easy.
I don't know why, but my favorite part of the Goonies is the opening scene when they drive through mud.
Yeah,
it's satisfying. I guess it is. It is the opening
in
scene,
the Jeep Cherokee.
Oh no, that's
and then they get onto the monster truck course.
Yeah, and they pass all the monster trucks in the Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yes.
I will say, rewatching that movie, it opens up pretty dark. Like the guy hangs himself.
Yeah, it does.
And then they light a police station on fire.
And I mean, and you got
driving through this town.
And you got Josh Brolin. You can't go
young
wrong.
as hell. It's like, that is Josh Brolin.
Oh, man. He's still hot, though. Brolin's still hot.
He does those spreaders with the springs. How could he not be jacked?
And then the main kid that's from Lord of the Rings. I forgot what his name. What his real name? He plays Rudy.
Yeah. He's Rudy.
Well, speaking of the Goonies.
Yeah.
And Scotty's like favorite actor.
Rudy? Yeah, he does.
Rudy, what's Rudy? Who's Rudy?
Rudy, the movie Rudy, the football movie.
Oh, Rudy.
Oh, he is. Yeah. Oh my God, it is Rudy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I saw on Facebook that Corey Feldman is going to expose the Hollywood pedophile rings.
Oh, is he starting with himself?
I can only imagine.
Okay, I mean he was preyed upon, and now he probably is the hunter.
Yeah, well, he released some crazy YouTube or some Facebook Live video that he's going to expose the Hollywood pedophile sex ring, which just all goes back to what I've been saying about Hillary Clinton and the Bilderberg Group.
Okay. You're not going to like it when he uncloaks Kevin Costner as the leader.
That will not happen.
Ring.
If he so much as mentions Kevin Costner, everything that man says is a lie, and he cannot be trusted. Kevin Costner is a national icon.
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin.
There he is.
Oh man, Rudy's a great movie too.
Yeah, it is. So
anyway,
Mr. Frodo.
So, God, those are I'll never get it. I'll never get those movies.
I like the movies. I like them.
Can watch those movies.
Them. Come on, Viggo Mortensen's a badass.
Well, he is, but he's like he's a badass in like the history of violence.
Texas Chainsaw 2 or 3, I mean. Texas Chainsaw 3.
Oh, that's right. He was in Texas Chainsaw.
That's right.
Although I saw people posting about the Texas Chainsaws. There is only one Texas Chainsaw that is worth watching, and that is the New Generation with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Yes,
that was so good.
That is the only one worth watching.
And the original.
The original is great too.
Yeah,
I like the original.
And I would contend if you're bored, the ones with Arlie Ermy are worth it just because Arlie Ermey's in them.
Yeah, and Jessica Biel's
he
in
made that
one.
movie. Yeah. I hope like 50% of the budget was just on that man.
He's so good.
If he wasn't in that movie, I don't care about Jessica Biel. I don't care about any of that. But Arlie Ermy doing his, I wonder. Well,
his tobacco.
If you're listening to the show for the first time or several times, my esteemed co-hosts are actors themselves.
Yes,
and I wonder if because like Arlie Ermy got his start. They just said, "Do what you do." He was a real Marine Corps drill instructor.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they did in this movie, and he just scared the absolute shit out of every, because he's freaking terrifying.
Yeah, well, he was in Full Metal Jacket as the drill.
He played the same guy in
drill
everything.
instructor.
He plays the same guy. When you want that guy, you call Arlie Ermy.
Yeah.
The only good decision that Stanley Kubrick ever made in his life was putting Arlie Ermy. But I wonder if certain actors or certain, I wouldn't even say he's an actor, but certain celebrity types that, a movie like Arlie Ermy, I wonder if that is for his epic montages, if there's just like a blank spot in the script and they're just like, no, man, just go for it. Well, what am I doing? Okay. Your motivation is that you're kind of crazy. And you don't like hippies. Go. And he's like, oh, I fucking hate hippies. They're like, we know, Arlie. We know. That's why we wrote this.
Yeah, go for it.
Are they just like Democrats? Or are they? No. They're like pot smoking, free loving hippies. Oh my God. Okay, we're just gonna say roll, and we're never gonna say cut.
Yeah.
So you just keep going until you make Jessica Biel cry. Like those movies are great with Arlie. I heard the new one was pretty awful.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that it's going to be similar, where like the saving grace is Steven Dorff, and I'm going to just watch it because he's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I hope so, because
it's not. Well, it probably won't be as rewarding as Arlie Ermy because I probably don't like Steven Dorff as much as Arlie Ermy, but still, he's cool.
Yes.
So. Let's go. Prom Night 3.
Let's wrap up Prom Night 3
Yeah, we
here.
need to keep going here. Because my next note was. I don't know if you guys noticed this. This is just a stupid nitpicky thing, but when they are in, so Alex has been arrested. The girlfriend is at her house with her mom, and she's wearing like the tie-dye XL T-shirt, and the mom's like, and she's like, they won't even let me see him, and she's like, the mom's by the sink, and she's sitting at the table. Clearly, the boom mic drops like halfway into the screen.
I didn't see that.
I don't know if you got. It was like I never catch those things. I usually only see them in the screw ups on IMDb later. But this time, like that fucking thing popped into the screen and back out again. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was insane. So I just wanted to point that out if you guys are watching it.
There's some similarities.
I've never looked up and got to catch that on my own.
Yeah.
It's always like I use it on IMDb.
Yeah, and
So
I
I'm
never
sure-
have either. But this one was woo.
Speaking of,
Danny immediately grabbed his pen.
Yeah,
Just like,
I was like, oh, those motherfuckers.
then he went and checked IMDb. Come on, where's that?
I didn't.
Where's
actually.
Speaking of IMDb, the guy that plays Alex in this, his name's Tim Conlon. They actually have a different Tim Conlon in the IMDb credits for this movie. It's not the same guy. It's like another Tim Conlon that was like on The Voice and has been in a couple movies, and he's like this ripped. Like I thought it was the same guy in the pre-show we were talking about it, but it's definitely not the same Tim Conlon. So IMDb fucked that up.
Huh.
So
That's strange.
But yeah, so Tim Conlon, not the ripped Tim Conlon, plays Alex Gray.
I'm going to be the one that adds the boom mic to IMDb.
Yeah,
take that.
You got to add that.
I don't see it on here, man. I don't see it on here. I think you're going to have to add it.
Well, I'm just
Nope. There it is. Goose. At around 1 hour and 9 minutes, boom mic dips into shot.
Is that on IMDb?
Yeah.
Yep. Somebody got it. Is this interesting? Well, it won't let me say yes or no.
Is there any other interesting stuff on there?
There it is. No. So maybe I'll get that kicked. Oh, sign in with Facebook to vote? Fuck
Don't
you.
do that.
It's
not worth that.
Well, I figured, about 59 minutes after Leah wakes up Alex, there's a boom mic visible. Well, somebody's life revolves around finding boom mics.
Seeing boom mics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone, that's all they do. So apparently, also Mary Lou can shoot lightning out of her eyes and
kill cops,
and does that in the police station.
Yeah.
She just does everything.
And she finds battery acid to pour on the counselor.
I wonder if while he's doing her, she can like shock his pee-pee.
Dude, that'd be nice.
Give him a little jolt. Like
is that something you're into?
Like I'm gonna. Bzz. Oh, okay. I'm good for a while now.
I got it.
I'm good for a while now. Let's keep going.
Because we know about Scotty and his powdered sugar.
Yeah, powdered sugar on the little pillow. Yep. Dab it all over the body. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's just like the best thing.
Dude,
that was one of the
sugar,
best
man.
episodes we ever did. Was the post Scotty honeymoon episode?
I
Yeah,
don't even remember what we were covering.
I don't remember it, but Danny kept losing internet service, and we kept having to call back right in the middle of the powdered sugar story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
And then by the third callback, Danny's like, "No, we're just going to skip it." It's like, no. We are hearing this.
Yeah, we are hearing the rest of the story now.
Brought to you by CenturyLink. Fucking assholes.
God damn.
Yes, we got our plug in.
Fucking CenturyLink.
And apparently, Mary Lou could turn the football into a big old like life-size screw.
It was a drill.
Yeah, that's pretty cool scene.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So there was four deaths in this, and then they're all buried in the football field, and they find the bodies in the football field, and now they think that Alex has killed all these people, and it's all over the news now.
Yep.
So the
Famous
football is
murderer.
kind of like a screw, eh? Yeah. No, yeah, because when you throw it, it spins.
Yeah, it's a spiral, see?
Spiral, see?
Just stop. Just don't let Scotty do it.
All you gotta do is Yeah,
Do
the
not
football,
let Scotty do the Canadian
It is
accent.
football,
He's
in a spiral, eh?
nailing
I'm-
some kind of Scottish.
I'm sorry if you're
accent
from
right
Canada
there.
and you're listening to this.
I'm sorry, I'm not from
I'm sorry.
Canada,
Yeah, I'm sorry if you live in Canada.
You can't go too wrong with
you
it,
should move down to the United States where it's
better, right?
fun.
I've never been to Canada and I would like to go.
Yes, I've been
You
just
basically live in Canada.
What? Anything north of Florida is basically
well,
Canada?
I was on the borderline of Canada.
Has it snowed where you're at yet?
Once, yes.
Yes, so you're pretty much Canada. Like that's just all there is to it.
I was in the San Juan Islands, like right above Washington, and it was like borderline with Victoria. So I crossed into Victoria. That's the only time I've been into Canada.
It's snowing where you're at in October, so Canada, and you got a whole bunch of like pot depots all around up in Colorado. You're pretty much Canada.
Then it was 80 degrees today. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
do
don't know.
you or do you not give yourself maple syrup enemas?
I do. No.
Only one time.
How would you ever undo that? I think you would be stuck together and sticky for the rest of your life.
Well, that's like one of the questions they ask you when you try to visit Canada. They won't let you in
unless you've done that.
or they'll do it for you though.
Oh, okay.
Just to get it out of the way and let you cross the border.
That makes total sense.
Did you guys hear what the news station said? Why Alex killed the people? You guys listening to that?
Are we talking about the movie again, Scotty?
Yeah. It was his dietary or his diet.
yeah.
The rock and roll in too many horror movies.
Yeah, his horrible diet and his rock and roll and too many horror movies. Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay,
That's
me. No.
Also, at the end when she has that little makeshift blowtorch.
Oh yeah, Sarah coming through.
That sort of works. It's really just
How'd
like
she
a
know?
little propane
She
torch.
knew how to get the propane torch. She
And-
knew how to hotwire the car. The fuck's this girl doing?
And she like, I don't know what it is coming out of the propane torch. Like she makes a little wick or something and lights it. And it's just this tiny little propane thing. And she's like, it's going to blow, and throws it like it's a freaking A-bomb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
that
of
was-
course,
Call that in the industry a blevy.
a blevy.
Yep. But in real life, the relief valve would have just gone off and it would have just kind of like fizzled. It wouldn't have
Why
exploded.
does Rob ruin things with his knowledge of propane and gas?
Just
He
propane.
used to be a propane technician.
I figured Rob is like
Right.
I
Hank.
have you know, sir, I was a service manager.
Service manager. Sorry. But you knew a lot about propane.
He's basically Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
That's hey man, I'm not. I wish.
With a
I wish
beard.
I could. I cannot hold a candle to that man. That man is the light that lights the way for all propane.
God damn it, Bobby!
Mike Judge. God damn it, Bobby.
Propane.
There, Scotty
and
can do that
propane
one.
enthusiasts.
God damn it, Bobby. There we go. I
Damn,
got that
Scotty
one.
nailed it.
There,
on that one.
okay. Let him do the King of the Hill accent. The
I
King
can
of the
do
Hill
Scottish and
impression.
Irish pretty good, but we're not going to do that until something comes up.
No, definitely not. So yeah, that's the end of my notes.
Yeah,
on
so
Prom Night 3.
so
I
it
don't know
ends.
what
You know,
guys-
they drive the 1950s Chevy into Mary Lou, and then now they're in the 50s again.
transports. No. Okay,
Well, there's somewhere.
They jump down the hole into high school hell.
Hell,
And
Well, isn't it like? I think it's more like high school purgatory.
yeah.
yeah,
And then
it's like a waiting room, if you will.
But then they go to they jump in the car while they're in 50s high school purgatory.
Yep.
And then they drive into Mary Lou, which transports them home, is what you think, but it's not, because what happens at the end?
Because he tries to use the phone and the quarter won't fit in it.
Mary Lou,
But there's a dime.
Mary Lou, like, arm stabs.
Right through the back.
She does the
seat.
Texas chainsaw right through the back
of the seat,
through the chest. Yeah.
Yeah, but not with a chainsaw.
Yeah, not with a chainsaw. But.
Yeah, so much.
Now, is he stuck in this, like,
I think so,
weird grease acid trip, and are, like, him and Mary Lou a thing now?
but I think he has to die to
In order
stay
for that
there
to be
or
a
something.
thing.
I don't know.
Yeah,
you know
I don't
what? About halfway through this, or not even more, sooner than halfway through this, I was like thinking maybe he should just take the deal. Like
that's where I'm at. It's
Heck
like,
yeah,
what,
man. He's
like
getting,
who wouldn't want to bang Mary Lou for like eternity?
Well, I mean, yeah,
He's getting-
you get like Chevy, you get like 1950s hot rods
Yeah.
and jukeboxes, and like you
Yeah.
can go to the movie for a nickel.
you get your Harley
and-
Davidson. You get like straight A's. You make the honor roll.
Just keep banging her, and
Yeah.
and I would be annoyed with cleaning up the bodies every time.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a bad deal.
I was just looking at the cover of the video, the VHS tape here on the internet, and says Alex thinks he's died and gone to heaven. He's half right. Sorry. When they do say,
which half is he right?
I don't know. I do not. See.
Is he? Maybe is it like he's half? I don't.
And then it does say
Not
a
even
romantic
that.
comedy from hell. So
Would y'all have taken the deal? Like after all, like the blood and guts and all the everything, and then like your girlfriend just got like death punched through the back. Like,
I think by then I'd be like, I've tried everything. Let's just
screw it. Let's just
do this.
yeah, I'm never gonna see my
I'm
family
done.
again.
I'm done.
Whatever.
I mean, if
Yeah,
I was
I'm
in my
kinda with you on
situation,
that one.
if I was in my situation now where I have a wife and child, I wouldn't accept it. But if I'm like a high school kid, semi-steady girlfriend,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, we all would do it.
Well, that's Prom Night 3.
Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss.
I had a fun time watching
It
that.
was entertaining. A romantic comedy from hell.
Let's move on
way
to
over.
not way over. It's whatever. We don't need to set a
Yeah,
time limit.
fuck it.
There's no time limit on life.
No limits.
we don't care, man. We're just we could do like another. What's our record?
Well, probably
I think
2
it
hours when
was
you
like-
came on.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was like the first one I was on, that Friday the 13th.
One of the Fridays.
Rob just
we
wouldn't
did it for
shut
like
the
2
fuck
hours.
up.
Y'all just man, it was
Shining
just,
Showdown
like,
was pretty long.
It was like flowing through me. It was like tantric sex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's
move on to
move
the
on
last
to our
segment.
what'd you watch this week segment. So, Rob, what'd you watch this week?
I watched. What did I watch?
Besides, like all of the Friday the 13th, all of Crystal Lake Memories, and every season of American Horror Story.
Oh, I did watch The Jackals.
Yes, we all did.
Oh
yeah.
well, just
Yeah.
Jackals.
Jackals.
Yeah,
Jackals
we all
with,
watched Jackals.
With Steven Dorff, which was very good. We recommend you go watch that. And of course, check out the Patreon, because we had an awesome interview with the
It's not
writer.
there yet, but it will be there.
Yes.
in
Look,
the next day
it
or
will be.
so.
Be patient. Either which way,
Yeah.
join the fucking Patreon.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, keep going, Rob. We interviewed the writer.
And then I did
For Jackals.
oh damn it. It's on Amazon. It's a show. It's a TV show, but it's called Lore.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I haven't seen it, but
It's actually really, really good. It basically, so far that I'm into it, it just takes all of the urban legends and breaks them down and shows you how they started. Well, not so much urban legends, but like folklore, like vampires and stuff like that. It's actually really, really good. I highly recommend it. And it's kind of actually fun, because you can kind of cut it on and watch it, or just listen to it. Like it's just really just good. I mean, it's really good and funny, just off the wall type stuff. And I mean, really, I watched The Babysitter on Netflix, which is a Netflix original.
Yeah.
And it's I guess you could say it's kind of similar to this. It's a horror comedy. It's strictly a horror comedy, but it's really, really funny. It's about like a 12-year-old or 14-year-old kid who is he's kind of like the wimpy, nerdy kid. He's kind of like the sensitive kid. And he's just at that age to where he doesn't need a babysitter, but his parents, they get him a babysitter. And it turns out that she's the leader of a satanic cult. And it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's really funny. It's really well done. But other than that, that's it. And then I watched like 3 seasons of Canada's Worst Handyman, and I watched 2 seasons of Canada's Worst Driver just as filler.
Nice. Yeah, I just watched Jackals with Steven Dorff this week, and it was good. As Rob said, we interviewed the writer, and other than that, yeah, Harry Potter's again. We're just rewatching them, and obviously that's not horror, but caught up on that.
No, it's just horrible. Okay, it's just awful.
And my wife's never seen him, and I was like,
I like Harry Potter.
So
you're gonna punish her? What did Liz ever do to you?
So we watched the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and then the Goblet of Fire, and then
we can stop mentioning non-horror movies.
Yeah, so we'll stop. But yeah, Jackals, go check it out, guys. It's on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's worth the watch.
Obviously, I watched Jackals too. We did interview the writer. It does have Steven Dorff. The director was like the editor for all of the Saw movies from the franchise.
And he directed Saw 6?
Yeah, and he directed a couple Saw movies, 1 or 2 Saw movies, and other movies too. The writer's awesome. He almost had a couple. Tobe Hooper was going to be the director for this, possibly, but. Good movie, Jackals. Check it out. And then check out our interview. It'll be posted on Patreon for free for probably a week, and then we'll archive it in our $10 membership area, so along with our other interviews with independent filmmakers and directors. So you have to check that out. So I watched that, and I also finally watched Bye Bye Man, which it was okay. I rented it. I kept waiting for it to be free, but I was like, fuck it. I just feel like I'm behind I'm behind on this, so I need to just watch it.
Yep.
And I should have, instead of buying that, I should have rented Autopsy of Jane Doe, which I still haven't seen yet.
God.
Yeah.
I need to see that too.
But I did watch Bye Bye Man. Everyone's probably seen it already and has their opinions. But it wasn't amazing and it wasn't horrible. I was just whatever. I was like,
it was pretty terrible. It was
like whatever. It was,
but the Autopsy of Jane Doe is legitimately awesome. It is a really good movie.
Well, and the thing about Bye Bye Man, it was done. I mean, the production value was good and everything, and some of the effects and scares were all right. But I think that the guy himself just really wasn't that scary, and the creature was super digital. So I don't know.
The boogity oogity man.
Yeah.
I just still can't get over the name. Maybe that had a part of me just not wanting to watch it. But I did the same thing you did. I watched that weekend. I wasn't very busy. I only watched like 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. And I threw in season 3 of The Shore.
Oh God.
But no, I ended up paying to watch Bye Bye Man, Lights Out, and Don't Breathe. I went crazy and did them all. And I think Lights Out was the best out of all of them.
Lights Out was good.
Don't Breathe is good too.
I like Don't Breathe.
It was, but
they're just two.
It was more of a thriller.
They're just two different
Don't
movies.
Breathe
Don't Breathe is the thriller, and Lights Out is the straight up supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lights Out was friggin'
it was freaky.
Oh
yeah, it was.
Man, that was.
It was
that the whole. Anytime that they do it right, which is rare right now, where they can make the digital shadows type thing.
Yeah.
that's just friggin' insanely stupid scary. And no, Don't Breathe. Fede Alvarez was friggin' awesome. I mean, it just was good, but for creepy, scary, man, Autopsy of Jane Doe's like that, but no, just man, Lights Out was like
Lights Out was Lights Out.
I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater.
Yeah. It was good. Well, cool. Well, yeah, I think that wraps some things up here.
Guys.
We'll be on to Prom Night 4 next week, and then I think we're on to The Howling. And there are 8 of those, and we're going to be covering 2 per week so that we can get it done in 4 weeks.
I cannot believe there are 8 of those movies.
Yes, 8 of those movies, and
we'll see how good they are to start off with, and if we want to cover all of them.
Well, I have the schedule laid out here, so we'll see. But yeah,
all I'm saying is there better be something there, because the only thing that got us through, like Phantasm, which was only 4 movies, was Bill Thornberry.
Oh yeah,
and
Reggie
my God,
to a certain extent.
Yeah, Reggie, but that's just really Bill. That really got us through. And then what was Hellraiser? If we wouldn't have discovered Prankster Pinhead, I don't know how I would have made it through.
Me too. It was tough.
I don't think it was possible.
It was tough for Hellraiser for sure.
Yeah,
those would have been like, you would have had. Then we want to talk about Patreon. You would have had to have paid to make me do any more of those Hellraiser movies.
Well, cool, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us. Follow me at Danny Bonin on Twitter and Instagram, at Scotty Bonin, at the Rob O'Neill 1986. Follow us at Cult Classic Horror on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and at CC Horror on Twitter. And then, always check us out at patreon.com/Cult Classic Horror. We really appreciate if you guys think we do a good job, and you can donate some. You'll get some stuff in return. That would help us out immensely.
Definitely, guys.
I think that's about it. So thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll catch you next week.
Catch you next week, guys.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.